Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We're playing Juan Carlos Rojas in a 5-point match. Good match to my opponent. I believe it's 5 points. Yes, good. Plays okay. You can also actually bring two guys down, even though I'm split because there's some duplication there, and it's not great to split into stacks. But I think the opponent's play is okay. I think the computer slightly prefers bringing two down for money, if I remember correctly, which is 50-50. Now, I don't know what to do here. I mean, 13 to 5 is a play. Not a lot of great sixes unless I run. Actually, this is a play too because of the 1 and 3 duplication. Because I have 1s and 3s to hit, 1s and 3s to make the 5-point. So, I don't know between this and 13 to 5. Okay, hand's sort of forced here. Okay, should be making the 7, which he does. I should not be making the anchor. I'm up in the raise. I should be trying to get the guys out of there in some fashion. So this looks like maybe the best way to do it. Yeah, similar stuff here. I mean, I want to get the Backgammon going a little bit, although I'm incurring quite a bit of risk to come in on the 5. There is some 3 duplication here, though. I'm down in the race now. So yeah, I'm not clear between this and coming in with the 3 and playing 13 to 8. I do have the stronger board, sort of an argument for playing it provocatively. All right, let's make it interesting. This might be wrong though. A little too exposed, you know. Sort of exposed on both sides of the board. Maybe I should hit twice there. Actually, I don't know. All right, looks pretty natural. Okay, getting away with it. Okay, what else? One must seek alternatives in this game. Or when you find a good play, look for a better one. 2. Okay, I'm still down in the race. It makes me want to keep my midpoint. It's a little bit better bridge to the back checker also. That's a great shot, Jesus. Ace. Don't double me, please. Good. Yeah, I don't know what to do if he cues me there. Yeah, I'd have to think about that one. Yeah, if it's not, I mean, it wasn't clear to me whether it was a take or pass, so it probably wasn't clear to the opponent, so that's probably a pretty good reason for him to cube. Okay, this is okay. He's got 6 shots, but he's a blot in his board now, so it's not super dangerous. Now this is getting super dangerous. I think I want to safety this guy, even though I'm down in the race. If I could save a 6, although I sort of like this structure. Yeah, there might be something slightly better. Oh, he got me. Ace. Probably double pass. Not too good here. Might be gonna board's awesome, and he only cover. Oh yeah, he's waiting. Yeah, he's doing a kind of a common beginner mistake where you wait until like your gin and then you double. So that's pretty important. Pretty important to fix that if you have that inclination. Yeah, I mean, if you're winning, why wouldn't you want the game to be worth more? It's okay. It's slightly more accurate maybe to play 24 to 22. Forgo playing 6 to 5 because I have the 21-point anchor, so these builders aren't that valuable, you know. So it seems like maybe the more aggressive split is more valuable there, but it might be somewhat of a close call because there is some value in being a little more flexible there. Okay. Okay, I don't love this because I'm getting attacked, but everything else is sort of purely bad. Goes to a decent spot, you know, just one blot. Oh, hey, Steve, good to see you. Yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna try for a game in Davis tomorrow because Matt's back, and you know Matt kind of lives in Davis, so we'll try to accommodate him a little bit. Ed also plays more like he's more likely to play in Davis. Alrighty, I guess keep everything. Okay, should be making his 8 points. All right, I don't have anything again. Well, I don't know. I'm up huge in the race. Got some nice threats where I point on them. It's a little gammon. Yeah, you could cube this maybe. It's with all the holes in my position though, and the back checker. I'm thinking maybe it's somewhat light to cube this. I do sort of like the structure. I could also like this. Let's see, pop out and play 7 to 4. Yeah, that's also a play. I'm gonna guess this is correct though. Let's see how he plays this. Maybe pop out with the 6. All right. Oh, this is right cubeless anyways. Let's try it. This is either too good or double pass. Boy, how does he get back in this game? He's got to get a lucky hit. The other hand, there's not a ton of gammons here, and he still has a fair amount of wins. All right, let's see if he takes it. Some of you may want to double in practice because you might get takes. Although I have a suspicion it's technically too good. I don't know now. I'm a little leery. I mean, he might be able to get a second anchor. So, oh no, this duplicates 2s nicely. Okay, so let's try this. Maybe minimizes the chance he gets the second anchor. Now I don't know. Like it could do this. Really try to deny him the second anchor. Probably wins more gammons. It's still a little hard to lose this. I kind of like this plan. This could be a little optimistic, but we're going to try it. Got punished. Not clear to play the last 2, but this looks pretty reasonable. I guess that was going to be a great roll no matter what though. Okay. It's still going to be really hard for him to time this thing. Okay, the one hell. I mean, it is probably a good play, I think. Versus hitting. Yeah, it jumps with the 6. I'm going to lose this. Still pretty hard to lose it. Okay, let's see, he's got 1s, duplicate of 1s, 5s, sort of 3s, 3s, 4s, 1s. Maybe this to like give him less timing. I don't know. It's a builder for the 9, which is nice. He actually should make the 9. He should make a 16 point here because this just. I think if you play 16 to 10, it looks like kind of a hopeless game, hopeless back game. So this is a good play by my opponent. Oh my God, there's so many plays here. Like one idea is this and this. Pretty damn safe. There's another idea. He hits me. I'm a little bit in trouble, maybe. So, and then there's hit lose, keep the prime. Okay, let's play pretty solidly. Although there are plays that win more gammons. This would be interesting. This would be an interesting match to. We'll go through it. We'll go through it afterwards. I'm not sure about a lot of these decisions. Ah, I gotcha. Okay, now this is a play. It's not too many shots. And now it's a little less tough to be hit here because it's got fewer. I got fewer blots. So let's try this now. Good. Don't know whether I hit with an ace or not. Good. So it's just 5-5 that hits me. It might be worth it. Easier ride home when missed. Good spare on the 6. Okay, so if I hit him, I go to the 3 point. Upping the gammon, he hits me back. I got a little bit of problems. Still pretty tough for him though. Yeah, best for the win is not to hit there. Cover. Good. Wow. Perfect distribution pretty much for 2 shots. How does it play if I it's a little hard to find a good. Oh no, this is fine. Yeah, this is okay. His board's pretty good. Yeah, it took me a sec to see that. Well, safest is certainly to stack the 1. Yeah, gammon is pretty well locked up if I don't get hit. So let's go this way. If you get hit, obviously you want the checkers off, but yeah, if I get hit here, I sort of regret not having a bunch of men off. But I think safety sort of won out there because it looked like significantly safer to do what I did. Not leave the gap where you can like put a checker in that gap and like I maybe leave a double shot later. Actually, Matt and I in our doubles match actually made a blunder in a similar position in the Boston Open, where like we ripped because we wanted the million checkers off, but we left a gap where like we're gonna hit a lot more, and the gammon was like pretty well locked up at that point, which I don't think we realized at the time. Oh, a little fancy here maybe, some 6 duplication. But, you know, nothing wrong with this also. Let's try this. Okay, so it's 4-1 Crawford, so we should be playing a little gammon go, although his gammon price isn't that high at the score. But gammons count for him and not me. So in that sense, it's sort of gammon go-ish. Nice. Assume he's making the 4 like he should. Let's keep the nice 4 prime. Hope he rolls big that doesn't escape. Hope I make a 4 point. Okay, I'll take the booby prize. I mean, I got 6s to jump, so I don't really need 6s to make the 4 point. Except I don't know if I really want to be jumping with 6s, so I'm not sure about that one. The other play would have worked a lot better. Shoot. Do I switch here? You could still crunch some. Not really yet though. Six shots. Versus probably 0. Slot? No. Yeah, I don't know about this one. It would have been a tough match for me. Okay. I mean, I can make the 4 also. Why is this so hard today? Okay, so jumping is sort of nice, and I get to make my 7 points. Yeah, without that, I guess I go the other way. I don't know. He's attacking me. I got to go after him first. See how badly I played this one. Getting lucky though. Okay, just resigned. I was lucky. I don't know. Okay, I played it pretty badly, which doesn't surprise me that much. I mean, I didn't expect a 6 or 7, but they're not surprised. It's like well over 3 or whatever. But all right, we'll take a look here. Oh my goodness, I played actually I played a 9. Woof, 5 blunders. Yikes. It's center my beautiful face. Okay, let's go through this. Okay, this 13 to 5. Nice. Okay, so 13 to 5 is much better than running from the back. I am up in the race by 12 pips, you know. So I thought maybe getting the guy out at a time when I'm duplicating 1s and 3s was like okay. Apparently it's not. Apparently just 13 to 5 is just like purely productive at like no risk really. I mean I can kind of see it. I mean I thought the play was like close at the time. But no, it's not close at all. You just want to like not leave anything in the outfield. I mean, one thing going for 13 to 5 is I'm already split, right? So like splitting again, getting the guys going, sort of less important than if I was like anchored on the 24. Let me save this. Probably is still right to play 13 to 5 though, given the size of the error. Like I was thinking this position, right? Maybe this, so we can still duplicate 1s. I mean, the race is a little worse here. No, here it's right. Here it's actually right to run and not play 13 to 5. Yeah. So the big deal is like whether you're split or not already. Yeah, I wasn't weighing that enough, I guess. Right, you see the logic, right? I mean, if you're split already, there's less incentive to like get the guys going because you're already kind of nicely split in the backfield here. If you're anchored, you know, you do want to make some sort of split play, and it just so happens like the best split play is probably to run all the way, or I guess you could play 24 to 18, 13 to 11 or something. Yeah, I definitely wasn't giving enough weight to that concept. I think I did see it, but I just thought I want to get the guys going more and duplicate. Sorry, one other thing. So this is the match position. If it was like this. That was only a single shot in the outfield if you run. I still like, because your split is still just likes building. Here I assume like some sort of split or run play. Now here building is close. All right, good to know. That's how you learn. Okay, here I like this play. Get the he's got an anchor, I don't. I got the stronger board. I really do want to be doing some sort of better split than I currently have. He goes after me. Okay, good. Here is close. Yeah, this is about where I was during the match. I don't know whether it was good to like really play provocatively. This guy is no big deal because he's got to give up his anchor to hit when I have the stronger board. And 3s are duplicated with the attack stuff. It's pretty exposed though, so I thought there was a chance coming in with the 3 and then playing 13 to 8. Here, we can go to the original position. Like you can come in with the 3 and play 13 to 8, it'd be a little less exposed. okay. Once again, it doesn't necessarily love running here. Like 13 to 4 is like okay here. Running, I get to make the 10 point, and it still kind of doesn't like it. Although here I'm down in the race by quite a bit. Especially since I get hit some, you know. Okay, got this right. Okay, this would have been double pass had he cubed. Okay, I get a great 6-1 to save me, basically. And then eventually he hits me. He should cash, but he plays on. And then he cashes. Okay. Okay. Okay, so 6-5 is a little interesting. I mean, I don't like giving up the anchor this early, but I am up in the raise and there's just no other like good play. So you just go for it. And then yeah, okay, no, this would be pretty bad to double even with my threats apparently. I thought this might be somewhat okay to cube, but I do correctly hold off. Because I still have the problems of this guy, this backman, and this sort of this currently gappy position. He's always going to have at least a 3-point game, even after my nice sequences. Okay, here I hit twice. So I think this is a cubeful. Yeah, this is a cubeful thing. If I had already doubled, I believe it would be right to hit twice. It's best cubeless. It's right by a lot. But because I have cube access, the computer's saying, no, just hit once, hit and then pop out. You reduce volatility like so. And then you probably get a good cube in next turn anyway, so you don't need to take on the extra risk of leaving a direct 5 shot. Check and buy. I think I did see that at the time. And then, oops, sorry, I might be a little stuck here. Okay, but I get a great sequence. Yeah, it is slightly too good, fine. But he does take. And I probably botched some checker plays coming up. Oh, this one's okay. I have to leave a shot somewhere, so I go for some hit, which, you know, I want him to roll like a 3-5 or something, and like make it so he can't get a second anchor after I hit him. It's not great to be hit back though, especially with 2-2. Okay, yeah, this is okay too. I mean, it's a little better. The computer says to like cover the 2 and play 7-5 and just hope the guy doesn't roll a 1. If he rolls a 1, he's got like sort of an okay game there, but it's still a little tough for him. Like this is what the computer wants to do, right? And then maybe attack him next turn if white dances. I have this different plan where I keep the prime, leave a double shot, but it's still a little hard for him to win this even after hitting. And if he misses, you know, he's got very little chance for second anchor. This is maybe better. This is maybe better if you want to complicate the game a bit, like if you're playing against a weaker player. Anyways, I guess this great 2-2. I get a good 3-1. Okay, so 24-7. Okay, this is pretty clear. Get the backman going. Do not cover. I don't even mind if this guy gets hit, because I get to recirculate that guy, maybe get outfield controller, make my 9 with it. And it's a little hard for him to go forward. Okay, actually, yeah, 13, okay, let's play 13-7 here. I already hit 9-3, fine. I dance. Boy, I must screw up a lot of stuff in quick succession coming up. Okay, this is okay, though. Yeah, at the time, I don't know, there's sort of arguments both ways, but I was thinking maybe I want to hit the guy that's not as far advanced for him to make his timing a little worse for his back game. Right, if you hit the guy on the 18, he has to go all the way back with that guy. He's losing more pips that way, so maybe his timing is going to be a little better. In other words, he has more pips to play from here is another way to say that. than from here. So there is probably other stuff going on there, though. Anyways, he gets 2C, makes a very nice play with the 2-6 here, trying to switch up game plans. Okay, so this is a big blunder here. Okay, so let's. One play I considered was making the 3, which I think maybe that would be like a lot of players' choice. Okay, so slightly worse than my play to do this. I looked at this, but then I was like, oh, he hits me just once somewhere with a 1-2-5. A 2-5 is duplicated, but even like a 2-3, 2-2, he can hit inside. Got all these blots flapping around, so I sort of dismissed this one. So I was like, all right, well, let's just keep the prime like so. We can go back to the original position, right? So I just left one blot, right? I popped out with the 4 and then played 14 to 10 like so. You know, nice solid position, but I guess it just doesn't give him any problems, you know? Like he can make a second anchor with an ace. You can jump with the 6, and even when he has to give up like an outfield point, it's not that bad for him. So let's look at the computer's play, which I believe I did put up on the board, or at least some analog to it. Okay, so let's put it up on the board. I see. Yeah. So it sort of keeps the best. It keeps the best blocking position, right? He's got 4 guys back here, and none of them are currently at the edge of the prime. So even though I'm getting hit all over the place, maybe it just doesn't matter because he's just super duper stuck. Yeah, I guess I can see this now. I didn't think super deeply about it. Oh yeah, good seeing you, Steve. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, okay. I think this is a theme I often overlook. I mean, I made similar. I think I've made similar blunders in the past where your opponent has like a million men back. Even though he has like a decent board, it's like okay to leave a bunch of risk here because like how does he win after hitting? He's got to like kind of extricate all those guys or hope I somehow crack, which is like a little difficult. You know, so maybe if you're white, like you're happy, you don't have this position. Like maybe that's one way to look at it. I mean, my play looks pretty solid, but yeah, it just doesn't cause him any problems. Okay, so 2-2. Okay, I actually do have the right idea with the 2-2 here. It's similar to the 5-4 idea last turn when you make the 3, except the risk is a lot slighter now because there's fewer shots. Quite a few fewer shots, and I got fewer blots floating around, and you know it was fairly close to my solid play last turn. So here it's just good, and there's no great like hit loose play like there was last turn. All right, so 16 to 10 is okay. Okay, no, I don't play 16 to 10 leaves 0 shots, but I decide to do this, leave 1 shot for a more flexible position. Okay, this is good to up the gammons. Yeah, I mean, I played this sort of bad so far, but not super bad. There must be another big blunder coming up. Best for the win. Best for the win is definitely not to hit here. Not give him this extra chance to hit the guy on the ace, but much better for the gammon. Okay, I did think about this. I mean, you want the 7 and not the 8 here, right? Because you might enter on the ace, and then that guy's like really stuck if you have the 7 point. Of course, you are leaving an extra exposed blot and an extra 2-6 hitting number. The builder's a little cheesy here, I guess. Yeah, 5-3, obviously a cover. 4-3, 8-4. Oh, 8-4-6-3. I know I should have thought about this. I didn't see this. I saw this play, leaving 2 shots for great distribution. which I was going to do, and then I saw, well, I can leave 0 shots and like pretty good distribution by doing this. Should have done this. Doesn't quite bear off as fast as other plays, but strips the 6 point, which is nice. And the gammon is pretty well locked up if you don't get hit, you know. So this is safest because you come in, you get your 6 points stripped, you can clear it. You can clear it very easily. Good spares everywhere. No semi gap on the 4 like after my play. Right? You don't want the inner board strip point here. Yeah, that was a bad play. I would have found that had I considered it. Yeah, so it's nice. I was happy to see the 6-2 because I can fill in the little gap on the 4 point and strip the 6 point at the same time. So this is a pretty like decent roll. Yeah, I think I've missed that idea also before. Okay, oh, 4, Jesus, really? I don't know how to play this game. I was pretty confident about this. In fact, the position that I was talking about that came up in my position in my doubles match when I was playing with Matt Rayclitus, it was a very similar position, at least on my home front. And it was a 4-4, and we failed to we cleared the 4 points instead of like we did something like this instead of playing a little safer. Oh, I see. I think I see the difference. This is 0 blot numbers next roll. This is a bunch of blot numbers next roll. Shoot. I don't know. Gonna see if I can. So I wish I could bring up the other position now, but I don't think I have it handy. What about this? So now you can clear the okay, now it's close. Yeah, one problem with my play is it doesn't clear the 5 point. Still leaves that problematic point. Sheesh. Sorry, I think I remember where the position is. No, I don't think I can get to it. Shoot. Alright, so that was the 4-4. So here maybe you're not paying a ton of extra risk here to clear the 4 point. I think you are probably getting hit a little more when you clear the 4 point when you do the computer's play. But okay, so I have that gap there, right? And so he's gonna I'm gonna leave a double shot sometimes when he gets to put a checker on the 4 point. But the nice thing is it's like 0 blot numbers next roll. And obviously you have like a bunch of checkers off. Yeah, my play leaves this awkward stack on the ace points and a bunch of blot numbers, right? 6-3, 5-3, and 3-3 leaves a shot, and doesn't get as many shots, you know. Shoot. Ironically, my play that doesn't rip anything, according to the computer, actually wins more gammons. I guess it wins more gammons and backgammons combined. Oh, the backgammon's bigger. Yeah, good points. Yeah, that doesn't quite swing the play, I think, but that is a decent part of the play. In fact, backgammons at the score, I think, are especially valuable. So yeah, that's probably a big part of it. Although my play does not win as much, and wins slightly more gammons. Yeah, that's tough. That backgammon is hard, man. I thought I had a great handle on this, and I was like way off. You know, yeah, the 5-4 play. Yeah, I wish. I mean, maybe I could have found that. Maybe I could have found the right 5-4 play here if I had. I don't know if I had thought about it in just the right way. Like I said, I think I've done this before, where you shouldn't worry about the blots here because white is so stuck. Blots and shots, and the other play isn't great. Anyways. Yeah, wins more since more checkers off when you're hit, exactly. Even though I think, like I said, I think you are getting hit a little more long term. Anyways, mostly it just goes fine, and I win a gammon. Okay, and this hopefully that was all the blunders. We're gonna play one more to sort of cleanse my palate of the this horrible match. Okay, so this is fine. Yeah, this play is fine. It seems a little weird. It used to seem a little weird to do this to me because you're coming out into a quadruple shot. But I sort of got the picture that, like, when you don't know what to do with an early 6-2, like, this is almost always like a good idea. The nice thing about leaving a quad shot on the 18 point is he can't hit you and make the 5 point at the same time unless he rolls a perfecta. So in other words, you just play 13-5 here or something. He's gonna get to build like whatever point he wants at like no risk. You do this, he probably doesn't build the 7 point, but when he does, it's not a huge deal. And if he hits you there, you get plenty of great return shots. The other idea I considered, which probably isn't too bad, is go back to the original position, split with the 2, bring down the 6. That computer doesn't like it though. I thought there was some 6 duplication here, but yeah, you don't want to give him 6s to jump and hit and jump at the same time, I guess. Okay, great point here. Yeah, okay, I thought a little bit about making the 3 here, but I thought, okay, the strength is my prime, and I can really keep a nice 4 prime and extend the prime nicely next turn. Oh, actually, there might be a blunder this game too. There was some stuff I felt like I was sort of getting. The 6-2 where it could have made the 4 point. We'll get there in a sec. Okay, so this is fine. Okay, so you play 11-7 and then either 6-5 or 10-9. I was thinking maybe 10-9 was better because it unduplicates the jumping 6s. But maybe that just doesn't matter here because maybe I'm not happy to jump with 6s anyways, you know. In most circumstances. Make the 2. I think I just didn't see this, to be honest. Not that my play is great. None of my play is necessarily the best play that doesn't make the 2, but it is close. It is closer with other stuff. Yeah, you keep the prime. You keep like a decent prime, decent builders for the open point. Let them crack some more. Yeah, obviously this is correct. I actually didn't see this. So I made the 4 point with 2 of them and like looked around for the other 2, which apparently is not even. I don't know. I didn't even do that correctly. So I went after him on the ace point. Oh, there's the 6-2. Okay, the 6-2 is actually a good play. You can make your 4 point, but you're like kind of out of time. You're sort of crunching very soon. And jumping with the 6 does leave you a nice productive 2, 9-7. So how bad is making the 4 here? I thought it was like a real play. Is it like really bad? Oh no, I can't even make the 4. No, I don't know. I'm just not seeing stuff today. I thought like, I don't know. I thought 6-2 made the 4 point. Like the checker on the 9 is back on the 10. Sort of interesting. Sort of interesting decision. Like I thought this was the decision. Boy, I am out of it today. So what do you do here? Just 6-3. What do you do here with the 6-3? jump and make the 7, or do you make the 4 point? This would be unclear to me. This is what I thought the decision was, basically. Yeah, jumping and making the 7 sort of does a lot, you know. Puts pressure on the blot in the outfield when he dances. You make the 4. Yeah, you're out of time. You're kind of crunching right away, but 4 point's pretty awesome though. Okay, so it's fairly close apparently. Yeah, different match scores you might do different stuff. The pure gammon save, I guess you do make the 4 point. I think I've overlooked this stuff, but it's crazy. I mean, I see like the same. I'm sure this is true about a lot of people. Like you see the same conceptual or errors or types of oversights over and over again. Like you're sort of predisposed towards certain errors, and you know getting better at backgammon in a large sense means fixing that predisposition. So I think a lot, like I'm sure I've made like all these blunders that I've made this match. I'm sure I've done similar stuff before. It is a little tough to generalize like that though, because well, every position is like a little different. All right, here's another blunder. I mean, I was like fairly confident about this one too. So the computer wants to play 16 to 11, which I did consider obviously, but I didn't like the fact that I was like getting attacked on white's side of the board. The difference is the gammons apparently. Hitting, stopping him from attacking, actually does win more. But obviously you're paying more gammons with these 4 blots scattered around the board. He is still, even after 16 to 11, like this play, he's still a little stuck back there. So he could like roll a 5-1 and then still fail to get out at some point. All right, hopefully I didn't botch anything else. Jeez, okay, no, he just resigned weirdly. All right, let's try. Let's try to play a better one, shall we? Against Richard, maybe? 7 points. Hey, he looks like he's not around. Oh no, he is around, good. His username is cute, is richboy54. Alright, good match to my opponents. Not sure I played him before. Yeah, splitting. Computer prefers splitting there. I'm going to try this, although splitting with the 3, bringing down the 2 is obviously a candidate also. I think you do need to split here. It just looked a little too exposed to his builders if I split to the 21. I might be wrong about that though. All right, let's just go back. 13 to 10 is a play. Anchoring and hitting. Okay, let's try hitting. Good. All right, well, I'm leaving a bunch of shots anyway, so maybe I try something like this, or 24 to 21 with the 3. And maybe double a 6-3 here. Yeah, I mean, I got 10 guys here, which is pretty nice. 2 on the roof. He does have his 5 point, which I think makes this. I think that makes this a very. I think this makes it a very easy take. But maybe I have enough to cube here. Okay, he does pass. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it has its merits. It's just I didn't see like the great. I didn't see the great priming play. Yeah, I would enter with the 2 and safety with the 3 here. Because you hit on the 5, it's a million shots. So now and I've got the stronger board. Because I think this is a little too it's too dangerous. Even though it could work. All right, 8 to 6 seems sort of productive. Obviously 21, 22, maybe 11 are candidates also. This looks this is okay now. Less productive alternative. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about the cube and it's stronger than I'm giving it credit for, but I would have scooped that one up. I could have considered hitting that. Hitting's possible there with the 6. Because he's got to hit and cover if he wants. So maybe more like it. Okay, let's just play solidly for once. I assume he's playing 13 to 8, which looks like a good play. Yeah, this would be good if he had oh no, it's pretty. Yeah, no, this is okay. His one's sort of productive. And now I don't know. Race, I'm down in the race, but not huge. Don't love having these 2 guys back here. That's nice. It says good afternoon, you too. And now he's got a bad 1. Okay, so let's see, 24 to 13, 22 to 11, 18 and 8. I'm a little leery about being hit anywhere. Oh, it's a nice roll. Okay, mostly caught up in the race. This is okay. Okay game plan. Never get attacked. Oh, he's got a weird 4-2. I wouldn't know what to do here. He could play. Like I wouldn't mind leaving a blot on the 9, but then the 2's sort of bad. Like 13 to 9, 13 to 11. Keep your 8 point. All right, so yeah, I'm up 5 pips. My board is worse. Maybe I just want to try some sort of running game plan here. Actually, I don't know what else I'm doing. 18 to 6, and then 1 more. Okay, so 1, 2, and then I can play 14 to 6, or make the 14 point. Yeah, let's try this. Not too keen on a provoking contact when his board looks so much prettier than mine. This structure's a little awkward in the outfield though. Shouldn't be hard to play for a while. Yeah, 7 to 5 or 4 to 2 is okay here. Okay, let's make the 5. Might have been better to make the 4. Okay, he's up in the race, so he's running, reasonable. Let's do this. Okay, let's see. I'm going to be down 22 after the roll. Nope. No double for you. No double for you. A double pass. They're up. All right, 6 away, 6 away. This is what the computer does. It's close, but it likes splitting with the 2 as opposed to splitting with the 3 against an opening 3-1. Oh, it's a pleasant choice. Make the 5 or the 21. He's sort of poised to, I mean, normally I prefer the 5, but he's sort of poised to make his own 4 points, so, or attack. So this is closer than it usually is, I think. 5 point's still the 5 point though, so I don't know. I regret everything. That's a little exposed. I don't know how this compares to slotting something. If I slot, I probably slot the 7. It's not great either. We could hit on the 8, which isn't crazy here. Oh, the 5 plays quite productively, 13 to 8. Okay, so it goes for Duke landing once. Oh, it gets the hit and cover and then double a dance. Shoot. Crap. I got a lot of exposed blots. Got my 5 point, but I'm a little leery about taking this one. A little bit due to the score also. I don't know, that maybe because of my 5 point, that's somewhat unclear. But I think 6 away, 6 away. I think you do want to be a little conservative about taking. Alright, I think you're supposed to do that. Okay, so I am taking this one. He probably could reasonably cube it. There's big positional edge and threats, but they're not doubling maybe okay too. Okay, 3 something. Okay. Okay, glad he didn't cube that. That'd be a little scary. This I am taking again. I was going to play 2 to 1 if he wants to play safely. Says it's worth it. Yeah, we're 2 down. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think I should take a little deep at the score, because if I pass, he gets to this comfortable four-way score. And he has this stuff down here, which argues for a take. On the other end, down 30 pips, so I don't know. But I am going to try this one. Yeah. Whatever. All right, well, he never got to clear his midpoint, so I would have a take here if the cube was still in the middle. Okay, at least he gets to put a 4-point board together. Okay, so I believe that's the 6. I think it's 13 to 11, but I probably do hit him a little more if I leave the guy on the 13. Well, at least next turn I hit him more. Oh, I don't want to get hit with aces, though. Huh. If he had a blot in his board or something, I definitely want to leave that checker there. I mean, there's another idea, 20 to 14, 4 to 2, but I kind of don't like that as much. All right, let's try this. Maybe constrain that a little bit over there. A 7 here, I wouldn't mind remaking the 13. Yeah, I don't know now. I mean, 20 to 11's a play. Would have gotten smushed. Split to the 17. I don't know. If he had a blot in his board, I'd love to split into the outfield. It might still be right. Yeah, would have paid big dividends here. Shoot. Yeah, maybe missed an opportunity in there. That was the point. Because he got all the gaps. Maybe I win a race or two. Maybe. Maybe. All right, still losing. Down to an even number of checkers, though. Sets. Sets. Yeah, almost. All right, 4-1. 4-1. All right, let's play a little aggressive since we're down in the race. I'm wondering about that. Those plays where I can maybe split into the outfield. I'm gonna cube this based on the big priming advantage in the match score a little bit. Maybe cube that for money too, though. All right, 5 away, 3 away. Okay, doesn't quite do everything. We can make the 9 point pretty reasonably. Okay, it might be a good play. Now I don't know. So 18 to 11, leaving the Backgammon a little stranded. Splitting to the 22 doesn't look great though. Yeah, not seeing anything better. Just don't like splitting into this attack here. Ugh, made that point. I can play 13 to 10 maybe. That might not be a bad cube. I will take this though. One, two, three, 4. I did see I got pop out to the 18, but I don't know if I want to be there or there. I just sort of want my board together. Yeah, the race is a little close now to cube this, maybe. Yeah, given that the race is close, maybe that means you want the 18 and not the 21. So it puts more pressure on the midpoints. All right, so his take point on the recube is 33%. Hopefully that becomes relevant. 30 plus a little more if he loses some gammons, of course. It's not gonna become relevant, is it? I win a little more by staying back. It's really hard to win this way. It's kind of hard to win this way too. It's pretty easy to get gammoned. Yeah, I don't know. For money, doubled money, I definitely run out. Gammons are maybe a little less valuable for him at the score. So there's some argument for staying back. double match point. I definitely stay back there. Be embarrassing to get gammon anyways. All right, so likely it's going to be 6-2 Crawford. So gammons will not help me very much at that score. Good. Yeah, it was pretty close. All right, so 6-2 Crawford. Guess I'm glad I ran when I did. I usually split here and bring down and checker. Good. I think I split and hit. 13 to 8 is obviously a play also. It's a lot of shots, but I do like hitting because he got the blot in his board, and I have the stronger board. Well, it worked. No, I don't know what to do. Maybe hit and bring down a checker. All right, pretty solid. Guess there was another play. You cover the ace and anchor, but anchoring's not that important here. 2. A little bit duplicated. Although I would do this. A lot of shots in the outfield. I got 6s, 3s, and 5s back at him. It still seems like that's the play to win, though. Rather than just like make the 7 and not give me any real problems. I still got a bunch of shots. Some of the 6s are duplicated, though. Who's going to play this? Probably offhand, I'd say make the 18. Might be this. I do like the builder for the 5 here. So let's actually try this. Boy, it's been such a struggle, this whole match. Making the 2 seems like a plan. Might be this. Definitely don't want to give up the anchor. Don't love 8 to 4 isn't great. So yeah, let's try this. Love to fill in this 5 point. Yeah, this looks a little suspicious. Jeez. I got to play this. I'd like to stay there to duplicate his 5s, entering 5s. Although, actually, no, this is better anyways because it's a builder for the 5. Gah. Yeah, this looks like a good plan. I don't know what a good plan is here. Hit or jump out. Hate to get another guy. Hate to get a 3rd guy sent back, you know. Again, gammons don't really help me very much. Hitting does win more gammons. So, I don't know, maybe this is the best plan. I am still wondering a little bit about hitting there. He's got like the stronger board. I'm hitting on the 2 points. With only a 3-point board. Here I'm sort of forced to make the right play, I think. Okay, just go 7 to 3, and then oh, this is pretty good. 5 or 5-1. Let's see how he plays this one. Okay, stays a little bit out of harm's way back there. Once again, hitting is sort of a play, but I don't like it. This looks productive and safe, except if he rolls a 7. Okay, it duplicates 2, 3 anyways. Everything I do is wrong. It's probably this. I'm thinking a little bit about hitting him though. I was thinking actually hit him like this. But I don't know. This could hit him like this, but how do I get those guys out of there, you know? So that's the 5. Yeah, it doesn't have that many pointing numbers. All right, let's just play normally. This is what I need. Well, I think this is going to be a better played match than the first one. Although that's not saying a lot. But this did seem like a much easier match so far. All right. I mean, this is sort of hopeless, but so is the other plan. All right, he's probably hitting me off the 5 rather than really screwing up his builders and leaving a few shots in the outfield anyways. Oh no, he does screw up his builders. Interesting. Okay. Now what am I doing? Hit twice. I mean, his safest immediate play would be 6 to 4, 6 to 2, but like, how do you come home after that? You know, so I sort of agree with what he did. Let's say there was some other play there. Doesn't have probably shouldn't hit me here. Oh, I guess it does take me out of the race a little bit. I think I am going to hit him more though if I have 2 on the roof where I can dance and maybe hit him way down the line. But not going to happen. Especially if he plays this 3-1 correctly by playing 3 off, 3 to 2. Good. Good. I think I can still possibly win this. All doubles, all ones for him. Not anymore. All right, we'll take a look at the computer analysis. 2-1 for the Kibitzers, right? It could be right. I mean, given the score, that could be right. All you really care about is winning, you know? Although, okay, no, I did play somewhat better this match at least. You played decently, 6-6. Anyways, all right, let's go through this. Well, we can take a look at that decision and all the others I was unsure about. Oh, this is wrong. Yeah, no, I definitely did see this. I definitely did see the right idea here. splitting with the 3 and bringing down the 2. I mean, with all this stuff here, I thought it was like, I thought maybe I wanted to play a little bit more conservatively. But there is, I guess, no, maybe the idea is there's more duplication if you split with the 3. You split like this, because like ones, let's see, ones, what I was thinking was 1s and 4s are among the cover numbers, and 1s and 4s are among the numbers that hit on this point, right? So this may be, so maybe it's a little more diverse here, right? Like 3s and 5s hit on this guy, and only the 3s are duplicated. So that's at least part of what's going on here. Also, the builder on the 10 is worth more than the builder on the 11. My builder I'm talking about, because it bears on both the 5 and 4 points. So that was like another reason why I did this. Maybe you just don't get to use the builder here. So I don't know. This is fairly close, but I think I kind of knew that you do split with the 3 against an opening 4-1 slot, I think. So I don't know why I didn't do that. Like, I have my 3-point, but maybe that doesn't change the right idea. People I play against don't normally slot with a opening 4-1, so I'm a little bit unfamiliar. Yeah, here it's clearer to split with the 3 and bring down the 2 than in the match position for whatever reason. Yeah, somehow I wanted to go the other way though. I don't know why. All right, so here, yeah, you can play 13 to 10, which isn't too bad, but it's just too passive. Like he's anchoring and he's attacking, so you can hit here and not leave a direct shot. So the computer does like that. You hit with the ace, so the computer does like anchoring as opposed to remaking the 8s like I did. Get away with it, and then yeah, this should be double big take. Yeah, this is about where I was. I mean, I can't really give that much advice on how to analyze these positions, because you just have to look at the factors, right? Being, I got 10 checkers in the zone here. Although the guy on the ace isn't that great. Got my 3-point made, and I'm split. So that's all like pretty good stuff for me. And he's got 2 on the roof, obviously. But he's got his 5-point made, which is awesome for him, and no other blots floating in the outfield. So it's not obvious. Like if you've never played backgammon before, but you understand the rules, like how would you know whether this is a take or a pass? You know, you need references. You need either like a solid reference position that you can like compare this to, or you just need like experience weighing these factors, right? And for me, my experience said that like this type of blitz with 10 guys in the zone is not nearly enough strength to make this a pass when White has his 5-point made like this. So I mean, you just gotta like see this stuff and see a bunch of positions, look at the computer analysis, try to get a good feel for this stuff. All right, so here, yeah, this is good. 3-2, I probably would have played a little more conservatively for him, but it's okay, but it's close. This play is okay. All right, so here with the 5, and there's a bunch of semi-productive 2s, fine. Yeah, here I didn't mind the hit because he's hitting 6 to 5 with from the big stack on the 6. All right, I do hit here with the stronger board. Okay, yeah, 8 to 2 would be wrong here. It's too thin, and 24 to 18 is too productive. Okay, just solid up here. Assume splitting in some fashion is good here. not leaving these two guys stuck back there while I have a very impure front position. Race is fairly close. I do want to get the guys. I do want to get the guys going. All right, here I play just kind of safely. 24 to 18, 13 to 8 is a play also. 22 to 11 is wrong, which I thought was a real candidate. This guy. Now where's this guy? But obviously you don't want to be hitting in the outfield with twos though. Get away with it is pretty good though. Race is close, so it was a little loath to leave a direct shot in the outfield. Okay, you jump with the 4, and then there's a bunch of close ones. Oh, the 4-4, 18 to 6, 8 to 4. Yeah, I did see this play. Right, you can do this guy. Keep the anchor. Slowly build up your board, waiting for a shot. Maybe the computer's point here is that it's going to be harder for white to play down the line than black, you know. So you don't mind keeping the anchor, even though the race is close. The back anchor. My play's not too bad, you know. Just sort of disengaging. Maybe it's a little harder for me to play here though. I don't know. What about his 4-2? Okay, so after I make my play, he rolls a 4-2, and he pretty reasonably gave up the 8 point, left no shots in the outfield. That's probably what I would have ended up doing. If I only had 2 checkers on my 18 point, maybe you could play 13 to 9, 13 to 11, because it's going to be pretty dangerous for me to give up my anchor to hit. But I guess with 3 guys on the 18, there's like a lot more good hit numbers. So let's see what his 4-2 is. Oh no, it still actually likes 13 to 11, 13 to 9 by quite a bit, even though I get to hit and keep the anchor at the same time. Right, it's still with my board all crappy. It's still like pretty dangerous for me to hit unless I can hit and cover. And even then, like I roll a 2-3, still a little dangerous. But I think the key is he keeps the 8 point, keeps his 8 point. And just gets a ton of great flexibility for the future. Anyways, then we just sort of play a holding game for a while. Oh, it turns into a dumb race. He doesn't miss a cube, and then he gets a good cube here. But like here I know this play. Here you split with the 2. Roll out splits with the 2 for money anyways. So yeah, somehow the score it's close no matter what. Okay. Oh, 3-1. Okay, good. This is close. Normally, you want to make the offensive 5 rather than the defensive 4. All things being equal, just because 5 is better than 4, right? But here he's quite poised to make this point, and he's quite poised to attack these guys. So it's close. Yeah, I sort of regret everything. All right, here's again close, fairly close, pretty exposed, but you don't love playing 13 to 7 either against the stronger board. He does roll kind of a bad number. Plays it well. I enter, and then I assume this is a pass. Yeah, pretty solid pass. Yeah, it's another one of these blitzy positions where it's hard to give advice, you know. Just kind of have to like see stuff. Again, you either need a reference position where you like know for sure what the right action is and how close the action is, or just got to kind of weigh the factors as best as you can and make an educated guess. Here, this was a little easier to find for me because of the match score. Money or it's 0-0 in a long match. This would have been a little tougher for me, I think. Right, this is the score-based eval. So let's do plus. Yeah, it's like a pretty big pass, 0.2. And for money, it's a lot closer because he's 6 away, 6 away. Like if I He's even away, which is sort of an argument for it to be a little conservative. But specifically at 6 away, if I take and lose a single game, I lose 2 points. So he gets to 4 away, 6 away. It's sort of nice to be a 4 away. So that 4 away stuff means you have a little extra incentive to pass here. Also, gammons are probably double gammons are probably pretty valuable at 6 away, 6 away. Which actually we can check. We can check my intuition there. If you go to analyze, cube information, put the cube on 2, ask about the gammon value. It's a little more valuable than money, I guess. Oh, so you would have said, you wouldn't have made the 21 point with the 3-1. Oh, yeah. Yeah, which wouldn't have been too bad. But yeah, I'm sort of happy. I thought it was unclear because it is quite close. Yeah, it's possible making the 21's best on a rollout, but yeah, I don't know. I just sort of went instinctually. I want this awesome 5 point, and this sort of helps me survive the attack a little bit to have a decent home board. But anyways, they're much happier I found this pass. Oh, 3-2. Okay, leaves only one blot. Leaves only one blot in the home board here, rather than go all out for building the points. There's a decent chance I'm going to be hitting him next turn. Also, I guess 24 to 22 is maybe a little productive. I'm down in the race, which maybe does argue for staying back a bit. Although here, one thing I like to look at sometimes when deciding whether to bring the other guy up is the double hit numbers. And you can ask if the double hit numbers are duplicated with the hitting numbers. Like normally, for instance, like 1-2 would be like a decent hit number here, decent double hit number here. But you're not getting double hit with 1-2. You're getting, because it's duplicated with the number that makes the 5 points. So I think there's other stuff going on here, like the 2 blots in the board. But comparing to the double hits here, right? He has like a productive 1-4 double hit number here, which I think he will hit twice with 1-4 definitely, especially because I leave 2 checkers in my inner board, you know. So that is one factor that you want to look at when deciding whether to bring the other guy. When deciding whether to bring the other guy up or not, and sometimes where to put the other guy. Yeah, second best is the other number, the other play that brings the other guy up, which again I think there's some, like 2-1 again is duplicated here. I wonder if he's supposed to hit twice with this 5-3. Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad, but no, he made a good play, running from the back. He's right to hold off on the cube. He's running from the back while he's up in the race. I should cube this. Yeah, I was a little afraid to be cubed here. I mean, I assume I would have found the take, but it wasn't 100% obvious to me. Anyways, he gets a good 5-5. Apparently, there's 3 fairly close plays here. I saw the play he made, making the 1 and the 2 points. And I saw this other play where you play 15 to 5 and make the 1 point. What's the other play though? Make the 1, 13 to 8, 15 to 10. I see. Getting the guy in the outfield closer to home, but not leaving a direct shot. So there might be some. I mean, this is an upcoming cube. There might be differences in the cubeless versus the cubeful evaluation here. Yeah, best cubeless according to the computer is actually this play. So probably it's seeing some cubes after I roll, maybe like a 5-6 or something, or maybe just entering with a 4-3 or something. Yeah, I don't know. This is tricky due to the upcoming cube. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, pretty easy take here. If he doubled, Still an easy take. I wasn't like totally sure about this one, but yeah, because it's sort of a standardish holding game, but he does have this. He does have this stuff back here, which isn't great for him. You could probably make this a pass by like making the race the same. Okay, so he's up 29 pips. Like again, he's up 29 pips. So this is probably a little bit of a stronger cube for him because he doesn't have a completely dead checker, and he's got like a little more flexibility here than he did in the than he did in the match position. Yeah, so this is getting closer to a pass, even though it's still 30 pips. But here, compared to the 6-away position, now if I pass, right, I'm giving him 1 point. And then he gets to a comfortable 4-away score. So at this 5-away, 6-away position, I have like a lot more incentive to take here than I do for money. So again, that made this a little easier to find the right cube action. Right, so for money, at the score, it's a take by almost 0.2. For money, or it's 0-0 in a long match, it's still a take, but it's only a take by like 0.1. So it's good to you want to know these sort of subtleties of these scores, and a lot of it, like, I mean, it often hinges on two things. It hinges on this 4-away stuff, and obviously it hinges on whether you're up or down in the match and by how much. But you see, it matters like 0.1 and stay 0.1 close to 0.2 in that other position. So it's important to sort of have a feel for it. Yeah, no, my play is fine here. Yeah, one cute thing you can do sometimes, if you know you're not hitting next turn, you can play like 3-2 with the ace. And that because I cannot. Because you don't normally want to do that when you have like a good play that like slots a good point in your inner board anyways. But here I don't have a good play that slots an inner board point. So the computer like sometimes does stuff like this where you have an easier time building a 5-point board next turn or in the next 2 turns than after a play like mine. It's a little hard to make a 5-point board here. So I did actually think about that. I did actually think about a play like this. I thought maybe it gave an opportunity to like pay a shot with like a 5-4, but maybe that's not even the case, you know. Like I thought, oh, maybe he gets to clear the midpoint with a 5-4 here. So I was a little leery about letting him do that, leaving 2 blots in my board. If you do 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever the computer did. And then he rolls a 5-4. Like he wouldn't pay if I didn't have any blots in my board. He probably is not supposed to pay here. Oh, okay, but it's close. Yeah, so you're not really paying to the pay number here. But yeah, compared to like my play, I don't know, it was this. Definitely you don't play 13 to 9, 13 to 8 here, leaving a shot against the good structure, right? So that was my reasoning there. Oh yeah, no, this was tough. This was a tough game. Three, 2. Okay, keep everything for now. 6-2. Yeah, there's often 3 plays here, right? You can either run from the back, which I'd be a little inclined to do if I rolled a 7 or maybe even a 9, right? Because I get to keep the midpoint and not leave any shots in the outfield. So that's one idea, right? Run one checker from the back, give up the midpoint safely. 13 to 11, 13 to 7, or leave a blot on the midpoint by either playing 13 to 5 or 13 to 7, 4 to 2. So there's 3 candidates. There's 3 types of candidates here. In different positions, any one of those 3 can be right. I'm a lot more likely to leave a blot on my midpoint if he has a weaker board or even if he has a blot in his board. So here I was a little loath to do that. But honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad here according to the computer to do this because I'm not paying huge to the aces because I'm down in the race so much anyways. And his board isn't super strong. So it's not bad, although a better play would be 13 to 5. So that's what I did. I actually thought I did the other one. So 13 to, so this is the other idea, right? You don't really like to get hit, but yeah, apparently here this is correct because when it doesn't roll an ace, you're really constraining them pretty well. Like for instance, like I volunteer. I mean, you get a direct shot on some stuff. I'm sure, like a 6-2, for instance. You get a direct shot because you do this. But another number is like a 4-3. When he rolls a 4-3 here, he either has to leave me a direct shot or like compromise his position quite badly. If you make the safe play, he has this like other option where he plays 13 to 6, not compromising his position too badly. Although actually that wouldn't have been that clear a play to me. I mean, maybe it's probably right, but what I'm thinking is just this, and then white rolls a 4-3, 13 to 6, right? So you kind of keep him from, by doing the play I made, 13 to 5, you keep him from being able to safely play 13 to 6, which is apparently what he wants to do. So that blot sort of pays dividends on not just the direct shot numbers, but numbers which like he can play safely, but he doesn't want to play safely. Right, I think so. I think that's a reason for the breaking up is hard to do play. It gives your opponent a tougher decision on some rolls. I see. So you're thinking about the 1-1. I mean, it's sort of similar arguments here, but I believe you're talking about the 1-1. This is a 1-2 game. Yeah. Yeah, I was just worried. So you're saying like, okay, yeah, you might have a close decision on like a 5-4 here. So yeah, in practice, maybe you can do this. Yeah, in practice, maybe you have more reason to do this than if you're playing a perfect player, because you're going to induce some errors. Like for instance, like here, you might induce a bad pay now play. But even when like the pay now play is right for him with a 5-4, he might not do it, you know? He may not do it. So you can sort of do this safely. You can sort of do this more safely in practice than you can in theory. So you say, nice play with your 6-2, 13 to 5 right. Yeah. Yeah, if the race, you're absolutely right. If the race was closer with the 6-2 play, you are, and you do like a play like mine, 13 to 5, you're paying more to the aces, right? Because if the race is close, like getting hit there can swing the race. Here, you're probably not winning the race anyways, even if you don't get hits. So yeah, that's a pretty major factor. And then actually, I mean, here, this is pretty unusual. It would not be unusual to run with the 7 here. It's pretty unusual to do what the computer wants, what the computer thinks is the third best play here. To break the anchor at the same time as leaving 2 blots, one in the outfield, one in his inner board. Here it's sort of okay because of the 2 duplication. 2 stayed here, 2 stayed here, and the fact that white's board is quite weak. But yeah, if you roll a 4-3 here, and the third option might be right. You know, playing 21 to 13. But still, like 13 to 6 would be a play too here. Yeah, but it likes 21 to 13 here. And just for completionist sake, So we've seen two of the options correct so far. We've seen 13 to 8 correct, and we've seen 20 to 13 correct. For the third option here, 13 to 11, 13 to 7 is correct. He's getting hit somewhere is so bad. Again, against the 5-point board. So you can kind of see you got to think about all three options, and you got to think about it the right way you got to think about like all the factors the right way to get the play correct. It's funny. That's why backgammon's like so difficult, right? There's no like hard and fast rules. Like it would be like easier to play if like it was always right to play safe there, you know. But no, depending on like the strength of the guy's board, the race, you know how dangerous it is to run one guy. Any one of those three options can be correct. Okay, so I got the third. So 13 to 5 is good here. Yeah, 5-4 again. Again, there's sort of yeah, I guess there's sort of three options again. You can play completely safely with 13 to 4 or 13 to 8, 5 to 1, which I ended up doing. You can split. You can run from the back, or I guess you can run from the back all the way, or you can run from the back halfway. I guess. Yeah, I guess there's not a third option here where you leave a blot on the midpoint and keep the anchor. But yeah, it turns out all these plans are pretty close. Like all the factors are sort of evening out, you know. Okay, yeah, it makes a nice 1-1 play. Yeah, I would not make the 11 point here because it's going to be a little hard to get off this point without leaving a shot, especially if I keep the anchor. 3-1. Oh, yeah, here I start botching it. Yeah, no, I saw this option. I mean, obviously you run out to the outfield. You're paying to the threes. You don't want to be hit because it makes it easier for white to come home if he gets to hit you at the same time. But yeah, if you stay back, I mean, you're usually only getting indirect shots. So the board is weak enough that the computer doesn't mind leaving the direct shot here, versus what I did, sort of just play productively on the home front. Yeah, so I sort of missed that play. Yeah, here this is very close between racing and staying back, hoping for a very unlikely shot. I try racing, but it doesn't work. Yeah, slot here is okay when down in the match. For money, I like splitting. But down in the match, you maybe want like sharper positions, more gammonish positions. You should split here. I roll a grade 6-6, and then does he have a take? No, a pretty big pass. So I guess this would be a pretty decent cube for money also. This big positional edge. Probably still a pass for money. Yeah, I thought the 6-2 play was good, making the 9 points. And then, yeah, you wouldn't mind getting the backman going a little bit. But splitting to the 22 isn't great here because he's got like 11 checkers here and his 9-point made ready to attack. And even if you get to anchor there, it's not a great anchor because you're blocked. You're blocked by the 9-point. Okay, so I play 18 to 11. Apparently 13 to 11, 6 to 1 is good too. Upping the gammons a bit. Ugh. Oh, I should have thought about this. I saw it like afterwards, after I picked up my dice. I mean, you like the 7-point, but you're giving up both. In order, okay, so say you make the 4-point with the first two. You can either make the 2 points, or you can make the 7-point with the next two. The 2-point is sort of nice because one, you're unstacking the heavy 6-point. But you also get to keep your 11-point, right? So you're getting, it's not really a choice between the 11 and the 7. It's not really a choice between the 7 and the 2, I should say. It's a choice between the 11 and the 2, or just the 7, and so you get 2 points instead of 1. So even though the 7 points is the most valuable point there, the computer does prefer having 2 assets as opposed to 1, right? Anyways, I get punished for my play. Okay, so you enter with 1, you make the 21 point. I made the 21 point with 2, and then I played 6 to 3, which I think is what most people would do. The computer has this completely different idea, which it might be wrong about. Let's look at the computer's play. It does something a little silly. It doesn't make the anchor. Letting white just kind of swing away. I think it is actually right. I mean, the reason why it likes this is due to the match score. So this wins slightly more. It wins slightly more gammons, both of which I can sort of buy. But it's because like white's going to be attacking a lot, upping the gammons for white tremendously, but taking on some risk in doing so. Now the thing about doing this at a score like this is it makes it hard for white to get in a good cube. Because you up the gammons for white tremendously, he only needs 3 points to win the match. His doubled gammons are going to be worth 4 points. He's not getting full value from his doubled gammons. So I noticed the computer likes playing like this to like make it so white can't get in a good cube at this score. On the other hand, you do sort of the normal thing. It's no longer a gammonish position, you know? So white's I don't know if white's doubling. White might even be doubling right away here, but because the gammons are pushed down, it's like white can much more easily find a good cube at this score. Yeah, it's close to a cube already, but he's gonna like safety this guy in the outfield and then get in a good cube the next roll a lot of the time. Yeah, we can demonstrate, like we can look at like different match scores and see how much it matters. I don't know if I 100% trust the computer here because it might not know like it's going to be playing safely later due to the score. I don't know though, but like for doubled money, like you definitely make the anchor here. Although somewhat, I say definitely, but it's still somewhat close for some reason. It still doesn't mind this too much because I guess it wins more. Yeah, I don't 100% trust the computer here. It wins more, loses a lot more gammons. Wins more gammons. Cube in the middle for money. What does it do? Now it makes the anchor by more. But it thinks white is doubling. It thinks white is doubling any play now. It's pretty strong double no matter what I do. Yeah, tricky stuff. But like I don't know. This might be trivial, but a gammon save type score. I need 1. He needs 2, and it's the Crawford game. So gammons are very valuable for him. Yeah, now obviously makes the anchor. And then keeping everything split is pretty ridiculous. This guy's now a double blunder. So yeah, I guess I don't fully understand. I don't fully understand that play, but it is sort of match score dependent. Okay. Yeah, he still gets, even though the race is close, he gets in a good cube here. I probably wouldn't have doubled that. Okay, good. Yeah, here, sometimes you prefer the 21-point anchor, sometimes you prefer the 18-point anchor. But I figure because the race is close and I'm sort of overrunning my home front a bit, if I don't spend 6 pips in the backfield, I should upgrade. And then I guess I kind of stuck back there. Oh, 2-5. Yeah, this is cute. Yeah, obviously, to me, it's quite obvious that this is best for the win. He's just going to hit more. But it's also obvious that I'm losing more gammons here. Again, it'd be closer to the match scores. Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, about the 3-3. Yeah, thanks. Sometimes it's like a big deal. Like I made a huge blunder in a match recently where I do it's some score like that where like he's up in my opponent's like up in the match a bunch, and like double gammas aren't going to be very valuable for him. Maybe he's even two away, right? And so I made a play that was right cubeless, that like way pushed the gammons down. But it just made it very easy for him to get in a good cube at this. You know, maybe it was like 2 away, 5. He's 2 away, I'm 5 away or something. It just made it like I pushed the gammons down, pushed his wins up a little bit, and it just made it like very easy for him to get in a good cube. You know. Whereas like this is similar to what we looked at, except at 2 away that the score effect was even stronger. Yeah, here, I mean, it was sort of obvious to me that staying back loses more gammons, and I wasn't really sure how to weigh it at the score. In a live match against a weaker player, I guess I'm playing for the win here and trying to get more games in. But like for money, doubled money, say, I think you do run out to the 18. Still somewhat close though. But at the score, he only needs 3 points to win. If he wins 2 points, that's like close to winning the match anyway. So the gammon's not crazy valuable for him. Anyway, so I play kind of safe, and then just lose a single game after getting in some gammon danger. And then this is the 5 away, 1 away Crawford game. All right, so yeah, this is close. So you're splitting with the 3, and then you can either play 13-8 or 6-1. Often when your opponent splits with a 6, 6-1 goes up in value because you're limiting his anchor numbers. But here, I guess here due to the match score, maybe it's a little more questionable. Or maybe because I don't know, maybe there's something going on with 6s from the bar here. Sort of splitting into the 6s here. So he rolls like a 5-6. He's happy to hit me. Oh, yeah, this was a little tricky also. So I don't like coming in with the 1 and then unless I split with the 2. So that means, yeah, if you come in with the 1, you're probably going to split with the 2. So you could come in with the 2 and then think about the 1. And you could still play to the 22 point if you want. So I came in with the 2, and hitting is obviously horribly shoddy. But I thought it was just worth it due to the fact that I have the stronger board and he has a blot in his board. So if he has to hit me with some combo shot, I get many return shots at the guy on his 4 point. So it turns out it's just barely worth it. Yeah, here I don't know. It's all these. You can making a point or hitting is pretty close here apparently. Computer slightly prefers making the 5. Which maybe I didn't see. Maybe I thought the play was making the 4. But anyways, hitting similar number of shots probably to making the 5. If you get missed, you get to make a good point next turn, which I do. Although apparently, the computer wants to apparently make the 1 point and then make a good point in the outfield, as opposed to making the awesome 4 points. Like I do, leaving a direct aces and a bunch of shots at this guy. Yeah, still a bunch of shots. Oh yeah, you could also play 7-1 and then make the anchor. I did actually see that play. All right, 2-2. Put some structure together. I don't mind leaving the 6 to hit because I got my 11 point or my 21 point out of it, and I have the stronger board. Yeah, he should hit me anyways. Oh, he gets to hit and keep his anchor at the same time. 5-2, okay. Make the 8 points. Oh, 6-3, yeah. Yeah, it's safe. It's safer than my play. Because safety, I agree with you. I mean, safety doesn't seem like a paramount concern, you know. This is what the bot wants to do. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, certainly the 4 point has a ton more value than the ace point, that's for sure. It's not great to have a blot on the ace point anyways, in any case. Yeah, I don't know. Or this. Anyways, I clear the mid, making my 8 point. Yeah, he plays 6-5, which I think is going to be correct. So I did this, and then he rolls 6-5. Yeah, I guess that's the only play. I mean, it's the winning game plan, right? Rather than keep three guys kind of stuck, or at least two guys kind of stuck. Like I guess you could play 24 to 13, but I would do what the opponent did, you know. All right, but then I roll a 6-5. Oh, I did see this. Yeah, I never know when this is right. I often get this wrong. The computer often like puts both guys in the outfield. It's not a good in this case because the okay. So let's go back to the original position. This is 6-5 from here. So obviously you're hitting with the 6, and then you're thinking about the 5. Apparently 11 to 6 is okay, which doesn't make much sense to me. Like why would you play 11 to 6 over 15 to 10? I don't get that. Keep connectivity with the back checkers. I don't know. It does. The computer's top choice of bringing two guys out does make sense to me because you get missed and then I don't know. You get to make an outfield point or maybe save or get both guys kind of home. So I did think about that, but I actually like this. I like this a little better because I'm not getting hit in the outfield as effectively, and it's a nice builder for the 5, which I really want to make. Turns out it's pretty close. But yeah, I'm often getting that play wrong, where like I jump out with both and it's wrong, or I fail to jump out with both and it's right. That's tricky. It's tricky for me. All right, so 4-2. Yeah, not a lot of great options here, but at least I get the safety in the outfield. He's pretty exposed to being attacked, but it's hard for him to do everything unless he rolls small doubles, right? So for instance, he points on me with a 3-2 or something. It's not that good for him because I get lots of return shots and lots of anchoring numbers. And that's as a result of bringing both guys up to the edge of the prime. Like one kind of cute play. It's not a big deal, but one cute play. Your opponent opens 6-1, and then you roll a 4-3. It's okay to bring both guys up. In fact, it's the computer's top choice, but I think everything's pretty close. Yeah, I think the other things are pretty close. But, you know, good cute play to know because everyone makes their 7 point with an opening 6-1, obviously. Okay, but anyways, he gets a decent pointing number. I get a 2-2, not a lot of options. 5-4, 8-4. I like 9-5. It's not worth the risk, the computer's saying, really? I don't know. I mean, I'm up in the raise quite a bit. I'm going to do the plus eval in a sec, but I think the computer might be wrong here. So a good argument for 8-4 is the fact that I'm up in the race a bunch, right? So getting hit kind of squanders that race lead. Still, I don't know. Having the 5 point versus not having the 5 point looks just looks so tremendous to me that I like 9-5 here. Yeah, okay, it's 9-5 is probably right on a rollout. Maybe it's probably clear. Yeah, it's clearer for money. That's maybe what where my brain is going. Yeah, 9-5. I was gonna like 9-5 for money on a rollout. I think wins more gammons. Does lose more gammons too though. Oh, 6-1-5-3, really? Yeah, once again, the computer doesn't mind this ace point stuff. This is the computer's choice. Yeah, put your checkers where they belong. Yeah, computers aren't good at reading. We'll see. What do you think about this play? Okay, let's go back to the original position. 5-2 here. I'm up 32 pips after the roll. I do like 5 to 3. I mean, getting hits, especially if I'm going to be exposed on the other side of the board. I don't want to be exposed on my side of the board, and the two doesn't play good else, and the two doesn't play well elsewhere, you know. But so after 5 to 3, why not get the backman going? Well, it's not too dangerous to do so, and your checkers are like horribly disconnected. The computer doesn't want. That looks like pretty reason. That looks like to me that looks like you're supposed to play backgammon, you know. The computer says no, you're leaving too many shots. Instead go 5 to 1. Instead go 6 to 1, 5 to 3, leaving the backmen all the way back there. And I don't know. I feel like if I'm playing a chouette with someone and they want to do this play, I feel like I can talk them out of it pretty easily. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty gross. Computer wants to do it. I was thinking that it's just gonna have an easier runtime later. It doesn't even look to be the case though. Like, you know, White could like roll a 5-4 and like get a great outfield control or something. Yeah, I don't get this. Ugh. This game is hard, man. If I play 6 to 1, my 2 is 8 to 6. Yeah, actually, the computer doesn't mind that play, I think. Yeah, it doesn't mind it too much. So you play 6 to 1, 8 to 6. Again, putting your checkers where they belong because you want to fill in the 5 point. Probably I would do that also. Sort of similar to last play. Anyways, he rolls a bad 4-1. I roll 1-1. I mean, it is a little hard to clean everything up here if I don't roll a hit number. So maybe that was part of the computer's point. I don't know. And then yeah, I just have so much trouble. Oh, it does want to play 8 to 2 here. Yeah, I definitely did think about this. Again, popping out of the outfield isn't great, leaving a bunch of shots out there. So the computer has this other idea. Let me try this. If you get hit, maybe you can make the 20 points. But again, I just sort of started disengaging from the back. Now I'm down in the race though. So getting away with the run play isn't always great. Yeah, this one I was less sure about. 5-1. Okay, this was pretty clear to me. 1-1. This was pretty clear to me. 6-2. Okay, 20 to 14, 8 to 6 makes sense. Not leaving any directs. Okay, he gets a lucky hit. 5-3. Okay, again, once again, 4 to 1. Oh, it is gonna like 2 to 1. That's funny. Like later on, the 2 to 1 play that we were talking about, it is gonna like that because it kind of likes 4 to 1 here after entering with the 5. Now, my play's obviously quite a bit safer, but he doesn't dance, you know. Computer does not mind this. It's predicated on the fact that gammons don't hurt me at the score, though. Maybe I find this play a gammon go, you know, because both the wins and loses more gammons pretty obviously. Okay, so 2-1, 1-6. Okay, no choice here. Okay, 2-1. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be. So after he does this, I'm going to roll 5-1. And that's when I mentioned 2 to 1 as a candidate, because it gives you this. Maybe I didn't mention it at the time, but it gives you this direct winning plan about where he dances, and then you have a way to like fill in your board and sort of escape when it's safer to escape if he's up on the bar. And he has the blots in the outfield. So I think based on the other play, it might like it by a lot. It likes it by quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah, so it loses. Well, I don't know. These numbers aren't really reliable at the score. I was looking at the cubeless gammon numbers, but I think they take the score into account. Right. So yeah, my play. Admittedly, I mean, my play is pretty tough to win. Right. I have to hope he doesn't get to attack effectively on the 5 point and then somehow win from there. On the other hand, I do have a decent board. Okay, and then as you say, when we do the other, okay, so this so this has like some winning game plan to it. Because I get to keep a decent board, but it's pretty tough. You do the gonzo play, they call this a banana split, right? You do this play, and you have this additional winning game plan where he dances, or maybe enters badly, and then you can put your stuff together and then win from there. Mostly dance, I would say. But as you say, when I get hit back here, I still have a viable game plan because I could enter right away, either on the 5 or the ace. And maybe I'm not that much worse off than Kate when I do the other play. And he rolls like decently. Okay. I mean, I kind of see it. I mean, I'm glad I considered it at least. I mean, I wish maybe I thought about it in the right way, but yeah, I couldn't quite get there, and I just sort of ended up doing like the normal safe thing, you know. I mean, doubled money is at least closer, because obviously hitting is going to lose a lot more gammons, but maybe I'm still going to like it. Okay, it's very close. Doubled money wins more gammons, wins slightly more gammons too. Wins more, so you get to use the cube more for the doubled money. That's a shame. Yeah, maybe if I'm really on the ball, thinking like well about these positions, I can find that play. Like it's not. I wouldn't say it's an impossible play to find. At least at the score. Yeah, we see it's possible to win here, but it's pretty tough, especially after my 6-6. Okay, so here I find a good provocative play where I split with the 4, and then you can either slot the 5 or the 1. Apparently this isn't too bad though. Maybe because I don't know, I got attacked here and it's really hard to win. To me this looks like it wins a lot more. Here's I put it together and then I just lose. Yeah, I don't think it should hit here. It's close, fine. Alrighty, well that was good. Glad I played the second match. Okay, what did I play in the 3s in the second match? Yeah, good. You know, decent, not great. No blunders. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna take off now. But yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, good comments, really good comments. And yeah, we'll see you next time.